Welcome back to I Reckon. Today we have an NDE from a man named David Ditchfield. We're going to hear his remarkable near-death experience. So let's get into it. In 2006, a man called David Ditchfield was seeing off a friend at a train station near Cambridge, England. He stepped onto the train to help his friend with her luggage and to hug her goodbye, but as he stepped back off, his long coat got stuck in the train's closing doors. Unable to take off the coat, he found himself trapped as the train set off. He was pulled along the platform as the train gathered speed, being tossed around like a rag doll. Then he was sucked into the gap between the train and the platform, and ended up on the train track with the train hurtling by above him. Despite the danger though, David felt strangely calm. To maximize his chances of survival, he pushed himself as far down into the track as he could. The final carriage of the train passed over him, and he felt a surge of joy that he had survived. Although now he felt intense pain, he noticed that the left sleeve of his coat had been ripped to shreds, and then that his arm had been severed from the elbow down. As he says, everything unfolded in a slow, dreamlike way. I felt an unearthly, absolute sense of calmness. David was rushed to the hospital by paramedics, with his life hanging in the balance, as he was losing so much blood. Shortly after, though, arriving to the hospital, he lost normal consciousness and suddenly found himself in a completely different environment, and he was immersed in some darkness that seemed warm and soft, with vivid colors and lights around him. There was no pain anymore, and he felt very tranquil. This is how he described his experience. I could see pulsating colors like little orbs, he said, much brighter and sharper than any colors I'd seen in my normal life. Watching them was really relaxing and therapeutic. It was such a beautiful place, with a feeling that I was being cared for and supported. I thought that this is what it must be like to die, and then wondered if it meant that I had just died. The sensation of love became stronger as I looked at my feet and saw a huge tunnel of light drawing closer towards me. I felt, and still believe this now, that the white light was the source of all creation. I never dreamt I would see anything so beautiful in my life. It was the most pure light of unconditional love. Every molecule of my body was pulsating with love and light. It was the most incredible sensation. I felt more alive than I ever had in my whole life. I felt like I was experiencing the true reality, while my old world was just an illusion. At that point, I felt certain that I was dead, but I didn't feel any fear or regret. I lay my head back and laughed because I felt so joyous. But then suddenly, I was back in the hospital, with an overdrive of noise and light and people and frantic voices. I was being rushed into theater. Like so many others, it changed him long term. So, even though he was gone for a few seconds in our time, he had a powerful transformation. In fact, David, it changed him so much and so dramatically. He says that he feels very, very different identity, almost as if like the different person living in the same body. And even after 14 years of his experience, his feelings have not changed or diminished one bit. He went on to say, I feel like I'm living in different dimensions rather than just one. I'm much more sensitive and can pick up on the energy of places and people. It has made my life so much more interesting. I have a lot more appreciation for nature, and the world seems a beautiful place. I love watching animals and insects, watching the seasons change. Before the experience, I was so immersed in myself that all of those things just didn't exist for me. They were just there. But it changed my relationships too. And I'm a lot more understanding rather than feeling disappointed with people. I have a much broader take on how people work, and that helps me to be more supportive of the people around. Alright, you guys, there's another NDE today. Be nice in the comments. I will return with another one or a new kind of story. So have a great day. I reckon we'll return.